Hi, I'm Saurabh Pasay, course instructor for Geotechnical Engineering. In this presentation, we will go through next index property, that is particle size distribution. We know that soils can be either cohesive soils or cohesion-less soils, which are also referred to as granular soils. If the particle size is less than 0.002 mm, then that type of soil is referred to as cohesive soil, and example is clay. Whereas if the grain size is greater than 0.02 mm, then soils are referred to as cohesion-less soils or granular soils. Examples are silt, sand, gravel, cobble and boulders. Clay and silt both together are referred to as fine grain soils, and sand, gravel, cobble and boulders are referred to as coarse grain soils. The relevant criteria for classifying these soils are size distribution of particles and plasticity of soils. To begin with, we will learn about particle size analysis. Particle size analysis of coarse grain soils is done by sieve analysis. So here we can see the stack of sieves which are placed one above the another, and this set of sieves will be placed over the sieve shaker. The weight of soil retained on each sieve will be noted down, and further calculations are carried out in order to determine the type of soil. Whereas for fine grain soils, hydrometer analysis is used, and the combined analysis is carried out if the soils contain both coarse and fine particles. In combined analysis, dry soil is first analyzed by sieving, and then very fine soils are analyzed by hydrometer or pipette method by mixing the soil with water. Why particle size distribution has to be carried out is to be known. First one is to find out percentage of different grain sizes, to classify the soil, to design drainage filters, and for selecting filling materials for embankment, earthen dams and road subbase, and also it is used to estimate performance of grouting chemical injection. Dry sieve analysis is carried out on particles coarser than 75 micron. Samples are dried and shaken through a set of sieves which will be arranged in descending order of their sizes. The weight retained on each sieve will be measured. The cumulative percentage quantities finer than the sieve sizes are then determined. Wet sieving is carried out for separating fine grains from coarse grains by washing the soil specimen on a 75 micron sieve mesh. Particle size distribution is carried out using IS code 2720 part 4 1985, which is the method of test for soil. The objective of this test is to determine particle size distribution of fine, coarse and all-in aggregates by sieving. Equipments used are balance sieves of sizes 4.75, 2.36, 1.18, 0.6, 0.3, 0.15 and 0.075 mm. And at the bottom, pan will be placed in order to collect the soil sample. These sieves will be placed over the sieve shaker. Usually a soil sample of 1 kg is dried in air or in oven, and if there are any clots in the soil sample, then it has to be broken with the help of wooden mallet. This soil sample is kept in oven at a temperature of 110 plus or minus 5 degrees Celsius, and all the sieves which are to be used in the analysis are clean. The oven dry sample is weighed and sieved successively on the appropriate sieves, starting with the largest. Each sieve is shaken for a period of not less than 2 minutes. Or the set of sieves are placed in the sieve shaker. After completing the sieving, the material retained on each sieve is weighed. In this figure, we can see various sieves of different sizes, and these sieves will be placed one over the another before placing on the sieve shaker. The results are tabulated as follows. First column indicates sieve number or size in mm. So these are the sizes of various sieves placed one above the other. First one is 4.75 mm, next is 2.36, 1.18, 0.6, 0.3, 0.15, 0.075, and below will be the pan to collect the soil sample. Then after sieving with the help of a sieve shaker, the weight of the soil sample retained on each of these sieves will be weighed, and they will be noted in terms of gram. So weight retained on sieve 4.75 will be 514 in gram. Next is on 2.36, weight retained is 105 gram, and so on. Next, we will calculate percentage on each sieve. To calculate percentage on each sieve, weight retained on each sieve will be noted, that is 514, divided by total weight of the sample, which is 1 kg. In grams, it will be 1000, multiplied by 100. It will give us the value as 51.4. So percentage on 4.75 sieve is 51.4. Similarly, we calculate the percentage on next sieve, that is 2.36, and we get it as 10.5, and so on for rest of the readings. Later on, cumulative percentage retained on each sieve has to be calculated. To find out cumulative percentage retained on each sieve, we note down first value, that is 51.4 as it is. Then we will add next value, that is 10.5, with which we get 61.9. So 51.4 plus 10.5 will give the value as 61.9. And for next reading, we will add 61.9. We get 82.1, that is 20.2 plus 61.9 will give us value as 82.1, and so on for rest of the readings. And percent final will be 100 minus the cumulative percentage retained on each sieve. So 100 minus 51.4 will give us value as 48.6. Similarly, 100 minus 61.9 will give the value as 38.1, and rest has to be noted down. The result of sieve analysis is reported graphically on semi-log graph, taking sieve sizes on log scale. Here we can see that the grain sizes are marked on x-axis, that will be in mm, that is on log scale, and percent final will be recorded on y-axis in arithmetic scale. Then we plot a graph with the observed values. So here we can see various types of soil. The curve A represents well-graded soil. That means it has got a good representation of all the types of particles, ranging from gravel till clay. Whereas curve B represents uniformly graded soil. That means most of the particles are of the same size. Whereas curve C represents well-graded sand. So here we can see sand. And next is curve E. which represents gap graded soil. That means some intermediate particles are missing. So based on the type of curve, we can come to know the type of soil. In simpler manner, above particle size distribution curve for coarse grain soil can be shown as below. First one is well graded soil containing different soils. Next is uniformly graded soil, and this represents gap graded soil. Next we need to find out uniformity coefficient and coefficient of curvature. Uniformity coefficient is denoted as Cu and coefficient of curvature is denoted as Cc. And these coefficients help us to determine whether the soil is well graded or poorly graded. Before that, we need to find out D60, D30 and D10. These values will be required in order to find Cu and Cc. This D60 value represents that 60% of the soil particles are finer than this size. So here in this graph we can see D60, and for D60 the value of the particle size is shown on x-axis. So 60% of the soil particles are finer than the particle size which is shown on this x-axis. Similarly, D30 means 30% of the particles are finer than this size. For D30, we can see the value of particle size which is near to 0.01 mm. So 30% of the particles are finer than this particle size. Similarly, D10 represents 10% of the particles are finer than this size. For D10, we can get the value of particle size on x-axis which is near to 0.004 mm. So 10% of the particles are finer than this particle size. So once we know the values of D60, D30 and D10, we will be able to find out Cu and Cc. So coefficient of curvature Cc will be equal to D30 square divided by D10 into D60. So the values of D10, D60 and D30 can be obtained from previous graph. If the value of coefficient of curvature lies between 1 and 3, like for example if it is 2, then it represents well graded gravel and sand. And if the coefficient of curvature to be calculated, we need to know the value of D60 and D10. So Cu is equal to D60 divided by D10. If the value of Cu is greater than 4, then it represents well graded gravel. And if the same value is greater than 6, it represents well graded sand. Thank you.